For so long. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you with a Pokemon sales data video, and oh boy, do we got a lot to go over today. So, these are my sales. War Turtle, the Wizard Gold stamp, like it's got the W thing on there. PSA 9 sold for $80. Blaine's Dodrio, first edition PSA 10 sold for $169. Blaine's Rapidash, first edition PSA 10, also sold for $169. Blaine's Rhyhorn, first edition PSA 10, sold for $50. A base set unlimited binder, that one sold for $550. So that my base set binder, I told him I would pack up the hollows, in cardboard and bubble wrap, and then the binder. I've never shipped a binder, but I guess I'm just gonna put the binder in cardboard and bubble wrap as well. I'll let you guys know how that goes. Again, that's all for $550. It was base set. They were unlimited. Sabrina's Haunter, first edition PSA 10, sold for $65. Really wanted it for $69, but I'll take it. Rocket Zapdos, first edition PSA 10, $800. I had to let it go for less than I wanted it, but I absolutely have things to do with that money. Other sales. So the Gym Challenge Hollows, all first edition, all PSA 10, not including Brock's Ninetales, Blaine's Charizard, and Misty's Golduck. Not including those three. All the other ones, first edition PSA 10. We reached a price point of about, $11,500 cash. That also includes Erica's Bulbasaur and Ivysaur, and Blaine's Charmander and Charmeleon. So the hollows plus those four, again, $11,500 cash plus two other cards that I'm going to receive. I'm going to receive a first edition PSA 10 Shining Mewtwo, and I'm also going to get a first edition PSA 10 Espeon from Neo Discovery. That hollow has like 75 PSA 10 copies. I'm very excited to get that. I did this, cash and trade deal because this guy had bought he bought a Misty's, he's the one that bought Misty's Psyduck, and then he asked me for a bunch of the other things, like Blaine's Growlithe, Sabrina's Cadaver, all these, and I was like, okay, here's the prices for that and all that. We messaged each other on Instagram doing the bulk deal. He gave me $3,000 today. That $3,000 automatically went toward my Trophy Kangaskhan console. Only had $50,000 to pay on that. Oh yeah. And then now after that, the other ones come from Zelle and bank wires. Once I get the money, I'll ship out the hollows, and then after he gets the hollows, he'll ship me the Shinings, and then we'll work on the rest of the deal. But that is how it is going. It was a good day. Gengar first edition. These are not my sales now. Gengar first edition PSA 9 sold for $266. Blaine's Charizard first edition BGS 9.5, big hitter right off the bat. Okay, so this BGS 9.5 had the subgrades was a 9 for the centering, and that was the worst grade. The corners and edges both got a 9.5 each, and then a 10 for the surface. Surprised this didn't get a little more. If this was 9.5 all around plus the 10 at the surface, we would have gotten much, much more, I think. Again, but the top four bids on that were $1,775, $1,969, $2,000, and $2,025 was the winning bid. That I think that is very, very undervalued, but that is what it sold for. Koga's Arbok first edition PSA 10 sold for $46. Neo Genesis. Okay, so this Neo Genesis, they were the stars. So it was a T17, right? It was so there's the Explosion 17, the one that's harder to grade, rarer, more wanted. We had a Meganium number 10, again harder to grade, more wanted than its 11 counterpart. And then for Alligator number 4, this was the one that was not as wanted as the other one. It is easier to grade, it's easier to find. All three of them were first edition PSA 8, sold for $1,225. That's good. I think that's very good. That's a good price. Blaine's Charmander from Gym Heroes, first edition PSA 10, sold for $153. Charmander from the Rocket set, first edition PSA 10, sold for $131. Misty's Gyarados, first edition PSA 9, sold for $231. Misty's Gyarados been a lot, like $220 and above. Really cool. Really into that. So I think Misty's Gyarados first edition PSA 10. Again, minimum 690, but we've seen stuff for like 740. So I hate to sell it under $1,000, but I sell it for 800 because I need to. So I have a few of those. Shadowless Charizard PSA 9 sold for $4,000. That is the second one where there's a PSA or BGS 9 sold for 4,000 or above. So it's great on that. Giovanni's Machamp first edition PSA 9 sold for 133. Very good, very good. Yeah, so that kind of goes in line with the other ones you've seen. Giovanni's Machamp first edition PSA 10 sold for like 380, 390. Again, there's over 200 PSA 10 copies for that Giovanni's Machamp, so it's not going to grow as quickly as someone else that has, let's say, 130 copies, like Blaine's Arcanine. One of the guys, so I don't know if this is real or not, but all right, so like a month ago, or no, maybe like sometime in July, yeah, a month ago, there was a first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Arcanine, and the guy said, please read description, and he wrote in the description, being upfront, being real honest here, this is a week 10, and you saw on the second picture where the top left and the bottom left corner, very, very white, it definitely should have been a 9, but he was upfront about it. It's still sold for $1,480, so I think that was undervalued, and the guy who was asking about my Blaine's Arcanine says, would you do like $1,500 for it? And I said, I can't really do that. And I thought he was referencing that one because that was the last sale, like $1,480. Like, yeah, I was watching that sale. If that was a true 10, I would have bought it for that much, but it wasn't. And he's like, no, there's another one. There's another one that's $2,500 or best offer. And apparently that sold for $1,500. That's what he said. I didn't get confirmation from the seller on that. You're selling something 40% off. You do you, boo-boo. But yeah, so he said, like, can we agree on like $1,750? And I just can't, because like already mine is the cheapest on eBay without the best offer. Like 25, even if it was just listed at 2,500, mine is right now. That is the cheapest on eBay. But I have an or best offer. I told him, I'd probably take 2,250, and so, I don't. And maybe I'm a little biased because Blaine's Arcanine is one of my favorite cards like ever, not just in the Gym Challenge set. He said there's not a lot of people that want it. It's not as high. And I'm thinking like, well, no, there definitely is, but maybe not as much as I thought. Because again, out of 135 PSA 10 copies, 6 of them are on eBay right now. One of them's mine, and again, I have 5 more on top of that. So, yeah. Anyway. Moving on past that, we had a Sabrina's Jinx first edition PSA 10 sold for $50, and a Misty's Golduck first edition PSA 9 sold for $275. However, this $275, it did have a nice swirl on it, so it was so that one was really cool. Maybe that's why I think without the swirl, I'll probably get like $240, $250. Again, I still think that's crazy undervalued. Anyway, guys, I did get a $3,500 offer for my Misty's Golduck. I can't do that, but that. Just let me know that's what I got. Either way, I love you all. I will talk to you later. Peace, guys. Meow.